Hi, everybody. Welcome and thank you for joining me. So, I've been running around quite a lot today. It's a beautiful day out there, but I was just so busy. I literally ran in here about 5 minutes before I had to sit down and teach meditation. And so, tonight, I really feel like just floating, which is the essence, I think, of a good meditation, is just reaching that point where you're so relaxed that you literally feel like you're floating. So, one way to actually get into that space very quickly is to imagine that we're floating. So, I'm going to do a guided meditation tonight, and I'm going to take you to a space where we can experience that. So, as we always do, if you sit nice and comfortably, make sure you're sitting up nice and tall in your chair with your spine as straight as you can. Just close your eyes and just take a few deep breaths and just start to relax your body. Breathing slowly and gently just tells your mind that you feel safe and that there's nothing to be stressed about, nothing to worry about. So you take control of your mind by taking control of your breathing. And I want you to pay attention to the soles of your feet, and I want you to feel them pressing into the floor. If you're wearing shoes, feel your feet inside your shoes. And I want you to imagine your arches are just melting into the floor and then moving on up to your calf muscles. Just relax those muscles. Allow them to hang at the back of your knee. Just feel them expanding slightly as you release all the tension. And then moving on up to your thighs and your hamstrings. Just let those big muscles relax. Just release all of the tension. And just let your legs flop wherever they need to go. Even sitting in a comfortable chair, they often remain tense just to maintain your position. So if you need to readjust yourself in your seat, just so that you can be neutral and relax your legs, just go ahead and do that. And then moving on up to your lower back. Make sure that your upper body is positioned directly over your hips, so that all of your weight from your upper body is just resting perfectly on top of your hips and your pelvis. Just feel that weight pressing into the seat. Now moving on up to your shoulders and your upper back. Just allow those muscles to relax and feel them expanding outwards. Each time you breathe, just let them expand, release all of the tension. So breathe in, feel your lungs expanding, your shoulders raising slightly. Then as you breathe out, just relax them and allow your shoulders to drop. Now pay attention to your neck and your head. Make sure that your head is nicely balanced on top of your shoulders. If you had your eyes open, it would be like you're looking straight ahead into the distance. Make sure you're not clenching your jaw. Without opening your mouth, just allow your teeth to separate slightly. Relax your jaw completely. Make sure you're not squinting or frowning. Just allow all of those muscles around your eyes and your forehead to just relax completely. Feel any stress or tension just dissolving. And then moving up a little higher, Just feel the top of your head. See if you can relax your hair. And I know that sounds strange, but just relax your scalp. Allow any tension to dissolve. Now let's turn our attention to our breathing now. So to start our floating sensation, as you breathe in, I want you to imagine that you're getting lighter. And then as you breathe out, I want you to feel as though you're just floating weightless. So as you breathe in, it's like you're filling up a balloon and you're just slowly starting to float upwards. And then as you breathe out, you're just as light as a feather, just hovering there. I want you to imagine that you're standing in the middle of a field, surrounded by tall grass. And I want you to imagine that each time you breathe in, you get a little bit lighter, and you can feel your feet almost leaving the ground. You're just touching it with your tiptoes now, and your body wants to float away. So each time you breathe in, just become as light as a feather. Imagine a helium balloon just starting to lift off. And as you exhale, just release all the tension from your body and just float there in space. And now as you look down, I want you to just imagine your feet just gently leaving the ground as you float just a few inches above the floor. And you're looking down at all of this tall grass just blowing in the wind around you. But now you really are as light as a feather. There is no tension in your body. Your toes are no longer touching the floor. And you're just free to float wherever you want to go. Maybe you can start to move forward. Maybe you want to follow the wind as it blows the grass. But I want you to just float around over this beautiful field. Just allow yourself to interact with the movement of the grass. As the wind blows, you can see it beneath you, just blowing almost like waves. And you're just floating completely weightless. There's no tension in your body whatsoever. Now, this landscape that we're in is entirely by your design. So for the next 3 minutes, I want you to just float wherever you want to go and see whatever you want to see. So just breathe in, be as light as a feather, and then just float wherever your imagination takes you. And we're going to do that for 3 minutes. Okay, so that's the end of our 3 minutes. Now, wherever you are, I want you to just gently float back down to the ground. Just come down ever so slowly, just maintaining your relaxation and peace. And I want you to just gently float down until your feet touch the floor again. And as your feet touch the floor and you can feel the carpet underneath you, I want you to just sit down gently in your chair and just feel yourself sitting on the seat cushion. And then start to become aware of the room around you. Any sounds or any smells. And then when you're ready, just open your eyes and come on back. All right. So that's incredibly peaceful. So that's actually a really good meditation to do right before you fall asleep as well, especially if you're having trouble falling asleep. Just imagine yourself floating like that, just that relaxation that passes through your body, and the feeling of weightlessness will very often put you to sleep very, very quickly. So that's a really great one if you're suffering from insomnia one night and you're just having a really hard time. Just relax, just breathe, and just picture yourself floating somewhere. So that's all I have for tonight. I hope you enjoyed that. If anybody has any questions, if you want to stick around on the call, I'll be right back. But otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. for you early birds, and tomorrow evening at 7 for relaxation. All right. Thanks for joining me. Stick around if you have questions. I'll be right back.